Executive Chairman, John Prineas of St George Mining, coming to talk to us.
Battery minerals. St George's focus is future-facing metals. We think it's a great sector of the mining industry to be in because of very favourable dynamics. Why St George? We have a business strategy to create value. We have exposure to a number of future-facing metals. Lithium and rare earths are our focus. We've already made discoveries there and we're hoping to expand those and enter into economic deposits. We also have copper and nickel projects and they're going to be brought along this year as well. We're in a Tier 1 mining jurisdiction, of course, WA. We're not averse to other jurisdictions, but we do want safe jurisdictions. So WA, world's #1 hard rock lithium address. And we've also got some pretty good rare earths projects as well. Niobium and other rare earths projects, world class. As Philip has said, one of the distinguishing factors for St George is our share register. We have attracted global major of the battery minerals sector to our shareholders. Shanghai Jason, #1 in the world for cathode precursor materials. ATL, Amperex Technology Limited, they make more batteries than anyone else in the world, more lithium-ion batteries. They probably make the battery that's in your smartphone, your laptop. They're owned by TDK Corp of Japan, but have most of their factories in China. And Sunwoda, which is another Chinese battery maker. They also make a range of EV batteries and small portable device batteries. So very loyal shareholders, very consistent shareholders, and hopefully that gives us an opportunity to lift our head above the pack during these difficult times. This slide, that chart is the Lassonde curve. Some of you might be familiar with the Lassonde curve. Pierre Lassonde, famous for building Franco-Nevada into a royalty superhouse, 30 billion market cap. This is how he thinks the life cycle of a mineral discovery is. So you see at the bottom there, low value, just dirt in the ground, trying to find out what's there. As you get a little bit more on the exploration, your value starts going up. Here you've got something more tangible to go and explore and the valuation really starts to rise. You get the discovery and that's kind of your maximum value in the near term. Once you go into development, your valuation goes sideways or going down. And the point of this curve is to pinpoint where St George's projects are. We're pretty much along this curve here. So we have exploration projects at different stages of exploration. Some have discoveries, some hopefully will have discoveries with drilling this year. So it's a great time to be investing in St George because it's a time where we can create high multiplier returns for our shareholders. This was recognised by Barry Fitzgerald, who most of you know is a very award-winning journalist. Been around for yonks. Just a couple of weeks ago he listed St George as one of his top 3 picks as the lithium junior explorers as the lithium sector rebounds. So thank you, Barry. As mentioned, we're going WA. So this map, the yellow labels are not our projects. They are established lithium mines or lithium deposits in development. The red labels are our projects. So we're mostly in the southern part of WA, the southern part of Yilgarn Craton. Our rare earths project is the Destiny project. We've got about a 70-kilometre strike of prospective of ground and a discovery which already is confirmed across at 10 kilometres. Our lithium, well, most of these projects are what other people have been calling the lithium super province. I'll take that. So that's the lithium super province because it's got a number of spodumene producing mines and lithium deposits in development. So Mount Marion's probably the star there and several other ones as well. So hopefully we can continue our work and continue to make a discovery. We have quite a large land holding, over 3,000 square kilometres already granted and quite a bit still in application. So that gives us, I think, a range of opportunities to deliver exploration success. The Destiny project, some of you may have known it from our original name, Woolgangi. We thought Destiny was a bit easier to pronounce. It's a clay-hosted rare earths discovery. It's quite a big land holding, 70-kilometre strike along the Ida Fault. Ida Fault is a major craton, shear zone, fault zone, so really quite interesting in terms of control on mineralisation. We've had some great grades there, up to 5,125 ppm, total rare earth oxide, so that's a very good grade for clay-hosted rare earth deposits. We've got confirmed mineralisation across a 10-kilometre strike. We've got plus 70 kilometres of prospective stratigraphy still to explore. So the scale is looking pretty good. The mineralised intercepts are up to 100 metres. The high-grade intercepts about 42 metres thick. So again, the volume is really looking good. We have had high-grade rare earths at the bottom of the hole, so that also tells us that it could be some depth continuity. We still haven't fleshed out the full scale of that deposit. There's a high proportion of magnetic rare earths, so they're the ones that are required for EV batteries, for EV cars and for other clean energy solutions, the ones that have the higher value, so a good proportion there. We'll be going back to Destiny this year to do a bit more drilling, resource definition drilling, exploration drilling, and also completing the MET test work, which is very important with clay-hosted rare earths. Don't try and read those intercepts there, but that's just a list of some of our intercepts at Destiny. The main takeaway here is the other little box there. We're seeing consistent grades and thicknesses of the mineralisation, so that's really favourable. It's telling us that we could have a nice geometry to the mineralised footprint, and that speaks to the potential economic of the deposit. Just a quick slide there on the market dynamics. You all know China is the dominant player in rare earths. Other countries do have rare earths, but they need to do a really big catch-up to China. So from our point of view, it's a good space to be in. Supply constraint, increasing demand. If you find something, it's a very positive economic boost to you. Mount Alexander is our lithium project. We've got quite a large land holding there, right next to Delta Lithium. So where the light brown orangey area, this is Delta Lithium with its established deposit, now controlled effectively by Mineral Resources. The pinky purpley one is Mount Bevan, which is in joint venture with Legacy Iron and Gina Reinhardt's Hancock Prospecting. And IGO is down here as well in a joint venture with Venus. So we've got quite a few big players all around us trying to find more lithium. Delta made the first discovery and labelled this a new lithium province, and we agree with them. The Copperfield granite is what we believe is the source of the mineralised pegmatites. We've got about a 16-kilometre exposure to that contact, so we're continuing to explore along there and see if we can make a discovery. Again, our neighbours are very active. Just yesterday, I think Legacy Iron announced that drilling had started on their ground at Mount Bevan, so Hancock Prospecting were drilling, so we're keenly watching that. Hopefully they make a success and add to the excitement of that whole mineral province. We have discovered lithium there already, up to 1.8% lithium oxide in the drilling, not as thick as we'd like it. We have had thick intercepts, up to 120 metre thick pegmatite, so that's definitely very interesting. It wasn't highly mineralised, unfortunately. We're trying to marry those two up, get the high grades and the thicknesses. We're exploring more than 500 pegmatites, so there's certainly a great opportunity there to find something. We're fine-tuning our targeting tools. The latest is the potassium to rubidium ratio. If you find a very low ratio, it's telling you that you've got fractionated pegmatites capable of spodumene formation. So we've just finished a bit of a survey with that. We'll be announcing that soon, and I think it's giving us some really high priority drill targets to go out and explore. Lithium Star is a subsidiary we set up last year. We acquired some additional projects in WA in Lithium Star. They were on the first WA map that I produced, so you can go back and have a look at that. One of the key projects there is Mauna Rocks, which is just up from Mount Catlin. Allchem morphed into Arcadium, so that's a spodumene producing mine. All around us are other active players. This big blue bit, you might think it's a lake, but that's actually Fortescue, and Fortescue is the other blue bit up here. We've got this, which we think is a continuation of the belt that hosts the Mauna Rocks. Sorry, that's our Mauna Rocks, and we think it's a continuation of the Mount Catlin trend. We've been on the ground there. We've got some nice drilled targets. We'll be going back to drill them in a couple of months' time. So Lithium Star was the deal that we did with Amperex Technology Limited. We sold 10% shareholding in that company for $3 million. So we continue owning 90%, and ATL, world's #1 battery producer, has 10%. And of course, I'm sure they're going to tip in more money as we continue the exploration success. They're interested, of course, in long-term offtake. The other project I mentioned today is Agena project. So after Chalice made their discovery at Julimar, we thought, was there anything else left on the western margin of the Yilgarn that's been overlooked? Everyone's been going inland. Is there anything left over like Julimar? And we found this ground. All around have been historical mines, lead, zinc, copper, pretty much discovered through outcrop. But all around we found this area undercover. Very strong magnetic signatures telling us there could be something there. We did our first round of drilling late last year. We discovered base metals, mostly lead and zinc, which is not exactly what we wanted. But we also hit some very thick hematite alteration. Typically that is an indicator of proximity to a base metals deposit. We haven't drilled the best of the magnetic anomalies. We had to get approval to go into one of the, what we call the bush block, and we've now got that approval. So we'll be scheduling some drilling there. Our target still is nickel copper, and we're quite excited to get back down there and drill that one. Quick corporate overview. Our share price unfortunately has suffered like most people this year, but we're still at a healthy 20 million market cap. The key takeaways from this slide is our shareholders, which I've already mentioned, so very distinguishing a strength to our balance sheet to have those shareholders on board. And the other one is, of course, our technical team. The board is a safe pair of corporate hands, but our discoveries will come from the efforts of our technical team. So Julian Hanna on board as our General Manager of Growth and Exploration. His reputation precedes him. Charles Wilkinson was the Chief Geologist level at Western Areas, and prior to that Western Mining. So he's a very experienced and knowledgeable geologist. And Dave Mahone is our more robust exploration manager who handles all the field work and also cut his teeth with Western Areas. So we've got a team with a track record of exploration success and development, and hopefully that's what we'll be delivering at St. George in the coming years. That's the presentation, so thank you very much, and happy to answer questions later. Our team are here today as well, so come out to the booth and have a chat if you like. Thank you.